Hi, everyone. My name is Mariana Padilla. I am the founder and CEO of Red Lab Marketing. It is named after my two doggies you see there on the right. Their names are Walter and Rosie. They may pipe up at some point in the call today, so just heads up, they're around. And I'm super excited to be talking with you guys today about why B2B marketers should be prioritizing Instagram. So the first place I wanted to start is with this. So we're already starting to see really big shifts in companies cutting back on consumer data collection. And so because of this, I really, in my heart, feel like the future of marketing will be so much less about big data and will be more about forging human connection. And so I say all that to say that Instagram is a great platform for getting that done. Also, I love memes. There's several. I hope you appreciate that also. So just, despite what you may have thought about the platform, there is a huge opportunity for B2B businesses to leverage Instagram for growth. Now, I'm not going to go through all of these statistics with you. You can read them, but I think that the two that are worth noting are on the bottom there, and that is that 81% of users use the platform to research products and services, and that 80% of people claimed that Instagram has had an impact on purchasing decisions. So I know Leadtail just published a blog on LinkedIn the other day about not having a social media presence being a red flag. And I know for me personally, like if I go on, if I go on and I see that there isn't really a strong Instagram presence, like for me personally, because I love Instagram so much, that's kind of a red flag. So yes, it is possible to leverage Instagram for business, but how? So in my book, it all comes down to content pillars. And so these are the 4 different types of content that I think are particularly helpful to double down on the platform. So I'm going to talk about each of these pillars and then kind of walk you through why I have these icons on there also. So the first type of content that I think is really, really important, no matter what platform you are on, is community building content, right? So as human beings, we all have this innate need to be part of something, to be part of this community, which is, why Carter has started this amazing community of marketers coming together. We all want to be part of something. So how can we best leverage our social channels or digital channels to build community, right? When people feel like they're part of something, or they're going to be along for the ride, they're going to be engaged with your content, they're going to remember your company, they're going to invest in your company, and they're going to be your brand messengers. They're going to be out there sharing your content because they believe in you and they feel like they're part of something. The second kind of content is entertaining content. No explanation, keep the people entertained, keep them coming back for more. Everyone loves a good Schitt's Creek meme. No denials there. The third is inspirational content. And so what is really important about inspirational content is to show your audience, awaken them to the possibilities. Is it the possibilities of what can happen when they use your software? Is it the possibilities of change in the community or them personally? Whatever that is, think about how you can inspire them to do that. And then the last is educational content. Obviously, no matter what your business is, no matter what industry you are in, you want to be seen as a thought leader and be able to educate your audience about your product, your service, and your industry. So the logos we have here, Shopify on the community building, we have Hootsuite on entertain, Adobe, and then ActiveCampaign. I'm sharing that because I think these brands do a really amazing job of owning each one of those content pillars. And so I'm going to show you some examples on the next slide. So I don't have my headphones connected. Earlier today when I had another presentation, which also had some videos, and we were not able to hear the sounds. So we may not be able to hear the sounds. It's a crapshoot. We'll find out. But so these are some great examples, of how B2B brands are owning each of these content pillars. And so the first that I want to talk through is community building, and that is Shopify. So if you go to Shopify's Instagram profile, their bio literally says, the entrepreneurship company. It doesn't say, you know, the platform for small business websites. It doesn't say like, you know, the place to launch your website if you're a small business owner. It says the entrepreneurship company, right? So they want to be known as the hub of community for entrepreneurs, and that is what their content demonstrates. So I'm going to press play and we'll see what happens. Motivation, motivation, motivation. Did you guys, were you able to hear that? No? Yes? I can't see.
Yes, we were.
Okay, good, perfect, awesome, thank you. All right, that's awesome. So this is, you know, a great example. This is, you know, user-generated content, which we'll talk through a little bit later. But, you know, it's getting it out there that they're the hub and platform for entrepreneurs. And if you're thinking about launching a brand, right? Okay, maybe this is the sign that you should launch the brand, and you should do it with Shopify. The next is entertain. I think Hootsuite is super cheeky. I love their little owls. This is a great and relatable post about scheduling TikTok videos. I just thought that was super funny. I'm not going to show you the entire one of each because I know we're short on, have 15 minutes and I have some other stuff to get through. But I just thought, you know, that was a great example. It's short, it's sweet, it's funny, it's relatable. The next is the inspire pillar that I talked about. And so while Adobe may not come to mind as necessarily like a very inspirational brand, I think they do a really amazing job of showing the possibility of what you can do with their software. So this is a reel about someone who creates art using Adobe Photoshop. When I first saw this reel, I thought that this was paint and canvas. I had no idea that you could do this with Photoshop. And so I'll show you part of that.
In my artworks, I focus on an Afrofuturistic setting, and my subjects are always dressed in customized spacesuits. So I'll start with painting in the spacesuit of the character. Here, I'm carefully examining the direction of light in the artwork by adding more and cool colors when necessary, and I'll go on to do so until it's in harmony with this scene. I'm usually inspired by plant life, and I'll spend time creating.
So it shows you, you know, how they are able to create this amazing artwork with Adobe, and I just thought that was really, really cool. And then the last pillar that I talked about is the educate pillar. And so I think ActiveCampaign does a really great job, and they're very smart about how they educate their audience. So one of the things I think sets ActiveCampaign apart is their recipes for email automations. They make it really, really easy to set up an email automation for a variety of different needs. And so they know that people have short attention spans, which like now the algorithm is pushing shorter videos. And so they have a whole series of 15-second educational videos.
15-second ActiveCampaign tip. Are you trying to get your contacts to sign up for an e-course? Try offering a mini course first on the first few lessons through this automation. By the end of the mini course, you can offer up a discount code for contacts to sign up for another incentive and get them to love your courses. Follow for more tips.
So super short, super sweet. I just thought that was a really, really smart way to educate your audience. All right, so when it comes to succeeding on the platform, your best bet is Reels. So not only is video great for humanizing your brand, helping your audience get to know you, but Reels generate 67% more engagement than standard Instagram videos. And that statistic comes from a case study of MBA. The MBA started adopting Reels and saw a huge increase in engagement across the MBA account, and I believe also the individual team accounts as well. They just saw a huge impact when they started using more Reels. But the thing I think that is most notable here is that Instagram is testing a full screen feed in a redesign that resembles TikTok. We all know that TikTok at this point is the biggest competitor to Instagram at this point. And so, if they redesign the entire platform to resemble TikTok, at that point, your users will have to click through to another page in order to see your feed content, your posts, your carousels, all that kind of stuff. Will they click through? I don't know. Well, remains to be seen, right? But, consider how the direction that the platform is going when you're considering the content that you create. So a really huge opportunity for B2B brands is for you guys to leverage your employees' personal brands. Now, you may want to set up some guidelines and some, guardrails around what, you want your employees to do, or even send them content. But looking at this, right? So Peloton, one of my personal favorite brands, and their instructors are mini celebrities in their own right, or celebrities in their own right. So this may be an extreme example, right? But Matt Wilper's 241,000 followers, Alex Toussaint 571,000 followers, Jess King 454,000 followers. These are my three fave instructors, by the way. Love each of them. But that's a million eyeballs that Peloton would be missing out on if they weren't leveraging their employees' personal brand. So if you have people that already have an established personal brand that fits in alignment with your company, or that you think you can leverage, how can you be using your employees' personal brands for the business also? Another great way that you can leverage Instagram for your business is to give a human face to your current customers, right? So why do we buy things? Generally, it's because someone we know had a really great experience with that brand. So giving a face to your customers so your audience can see them and form that connection will grow that know, like, and trust factor, and make it so much easier to sell and convert them into paying clients in the long run. I'm not going to walk through each of these, but we have Shopify, who has a profile of a current user. Who gives a crap? This is user generated content and just shows users doing really funny things. I think Who Gives a Crap is really unique in the way that they do their marketing, and so they want quirky content, and that's exactly what it is, quirky content. And then we have a Peloton user over here. This was her spotlighting her weekly workout. All right, next to last slide here. The last thing that I think is important to consider is how you can leverage user-generated content, right? So leveraging UGC can help you build connection and engagement. Sharing your fans' content is a great way to build relationships and show your audience you're listening. And it's also another validation point that for your audience that your people, your brand and your products are up to snuff, right? If I see other people sharing content and their experiences with something, I'm like, oh, okay, this is legit, right? So, here we have Peloton. They share a lot of users' workout spaces. We have Adobe again over here on the right, and this was a really cool time-lapse video of color shading this building. And then obviously we all love a good dog photo. So we have UPS over here on the left of someone who submitted this photo and tagged UPS, and then they reshared it of their dog in the UPS costume. And so then the last thing I just wanted to leave you with is, 3 additional tips for success. Be authentic, right? Companies are made up of people. We're all human and no one is perfect. And so I think what you're seeing is people want authenticity. That's why you have content creators like Elise Myers on Instagram who have millions of followers, and all she does is talk about times she was awkward. People love that. People love it when I talk about times that I failed because they can relate. So be authentic. Don't feel like every picture, video needs to be perfect. Also, make sure that you're using your platform the way it's meant to be used, which is to start conversations. It's not just about pushing out content. So making sure you're engaging with content, using your DMs, leveraging ManyChat to set up chat conversations so that you can have those conversations with people, and then be consistent. The platform rewards you for showing up and posting consistently. So that is it for my presentation. I'm looking forward to chatting with you guys.